If asked, Cambodia is famous for what? Surely the first answer will be the vast Angkor Wat complex, followed by the Siem Reap night market, the majestic Bokor Plateau, the impressive Koh Rong Island, and especially the vast Tonle Sap Lake. This country is also similar to its neighbor Laos. This country, although it has gone through centuries of turbulent history, but it still maintains its own beauty and special charm. Cambodia still preserves many ancient customs and beliefs, so the government of this country has issued a series of prohibitions to preserve the nation's unique culture. With a rich and diverse cultural heritage, Cambodia is not only an ideal tourist destination, but also a vibrant museum of fairy tales and undiscovered secrets. Come on a journey to explore this country with me, to learn more about this country and interesting facts that you won't expect. I'm Honey Badger. Don't skip the video. If you have any other interesting information about this country, share it in the comments and consider subscribe to help the channel grow. Cambodia is a sovereign country located in the southwest of the Indochinese Peninsula in Southeast Asia. Formerly, this country was also known as Kampuchea. Look at the map. It's surrounded by Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. The Gulf of Thailand gives this country a small territorial sea in the south. Cambodia has an area of 181,035 square kilometers, ranked 8 out of 11 Southeast Asian countries. The population is 16,153,000 people, and it's an ethnically homogeneous country, with more than 95.6% of the population being Khmer, so Khmer is chosen as the official language of this country. Next are the Champa people and the Chinese Cambodians, accounting for 2.4% and 1.5% of the population. And the rest are other ethnic groups, including Vietnamese people, accounting for 0.2% of the population, mainly live in the southeastern provinces of the country. The dark period in Cambodian history. The area today known as Cambodia has been inhabited since prehistoric times. In 802 AD marked the beginning of the Khmer Empire, when Jayavarman II unified Chenla and declared himself king of the Khmer people. The Khmer Empire reached its peak and became the largest empire in Southeast Asia in the 12th century. They managed a vast land area of up to 1,200,000 square kilometers, at the time marked by the construction massive temple complexes called Angkor Wat and the capital Angkor Thom. In modern times, Cambodia was one of 3 Indochinese countries that became a French colony. In 1954, after the Geneva Accords were signed, France was forced to recognize the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Cambodia. It seemed like the fierce years of war had passed, but the darkest period in Cambodia's history truly began right after the French left. It marked a period of pain and bloodshed, with acts of terrorism and atrocities associated, called the name Khmer Rouge from 1975 to 1979. Cambodia has experienced one of the most horrific genocides in human history, and the image of the killing fields has become a symbol of extreme cruelty. These are the places where millions of Cambodians were murdered and buried in mass graves at a site. It's estimated that more than 3 million innocent people were killed during this period. Along with the domestic massacres, Khmer Rouge also attempted to attack neighboring countries. They declared peace with neighboring countries, but continued to provoke border conflicts. However, this genocidal regime was overthrown by the Vietnamese and Cambodian armies. After the Khmer Rouge regime was overthrown in 1979, Cambodia focused on rebuilding the country, along with improving quality of life, health, and education of entire population. Currently, this country known as one of the youngest countries in Southeast Asia, with an average age of 24. In addition, more than 1/3 of the population under 15. This trend can be attributed to several factors, including higher birth rates and improvements in healthcare, leading to a higher proportion of young people. However, this also poses many opportunities and challenges for this country's development. However, with proper investment in education and healthcare, Cambodia's young population can significantly contribute to the economic growth and prosperity of this country in the future. Cambodia is the most homogeneous country in terms of ethnicity and religion, with over 95% of the population being Khmer and 97% of the population following Buddhism, That's why Buddhist philosophies have become an important part of people's lives here, and any behavior that shows disrespect or disregard for Buddhism is considered wrong, and in some cases, you may face the highest penalty of imprisonment. Although wear-revealing clothes in public is no longer uncommon in Cambodia, especially in the hot summer air, you can choose to wear crop tops or shorts. However, this is still taboo in sacred areas, such as temples, pagodas, monuments, or historical sites. Because, according to people's beliefs, wearing sexy clothes is considered disrespectful to the deities and religious practices. Especially for women, they need to wear shirts that cover their shoulders, while pants and skirts must be below the knees. Prostitution is illegal, but still very common in this country. The exchange of sexual services has existed in Cambodia for many centuries, but the events of the 20th century have created a very unstable situation. During the Khmer Rouge years in power, prostitution was banned. Anyone who violated this rule was punished by death, which almost completely eliminated it in a totalitarian social system. But under the new Cambodian state, prostitution has begun to reappear, and despite being illegal, it's still very common in this country. In 2016, an estimated 34,000 prostitutes in the country, with many of them identified as come from Vietnam. Moreover, Cambodia has become a source, transit, and destination point for women and children trafficked for sexual exploitation in Asia. Popular destinations for trafficking victims are Phnom Penh, Siem Reap, and Sihanoukville. Traffickers are believed to be organized criminal groups, sometimes even the parents, relatives, friends, and close neighbors of the victims. In 2022, the US State Department's Human Trafficking Report has downgraded Cambodia to Tier 3, due the government didn't to meet minimum standards for eliminating human trafficking and didn't make sufficient efforts to address this issue. Tuk-tuk is the